Hello everyone and welcome back to Voxel Tales. My name is Dan and I've just been having 5 minutes at home before I head back over to the inn project. Between episodes I ran into this guy harassing a pillager in the woods near Mallory Castle, and I thought, I like the cut of this guy's jib, so I tamed him and called him Fenrir. Because I've been on a bit of a Final Fantasy VII kick recently and that's what Cloud called his motorbike in Advent Children.
Also the name of a massive wolf in Norse mythology.
Also that, yes. Do you lot want to come and hang out at the worksite? Hang on, where's Kel? Probably down in the basement. Yep, she's over here with her head in an oven.
Says a lot about living with you, that.
Nice. So I have done 1 or 2 bits between recordings just to keep things moving along. You can see from here that I've put in the upstairs walls and built a chimney up from the tavern area fireplace. Done some copycat detailing on the chimney to give it a bit of depth. I'm not sure about this beam being here yet, or whether it's going to be tall enough, but we'll see. The smoke effect is just a couple of campfires, although the fireplace downstairs isn't lit right now, so I should probably put these out. Look at that crew! I should also double check whether you can relight them. And of course Gwen teleports up here when I'm lighting a fire. Okay, so you can relight them. Good to know. Right, the amazing teleporting dog. Back downstairs. But, so you can teleport up here, but you hurt yourself getting back down. Well, it's not an exact science, Dan. Uh-huh. Anyway, I've made a start on figuring out the floor plan. It's going to be pretty straightforward, really. Just a long corridor with however many rooms we end up having branching off from it. Currently I've got it split into 2 rooms on this side and 4 rooms on this side. And then this little area will probably be a storage room of some kind, spare towels and sheets and that I expect. Not sure, still thinking about it. But while I think about that, I've already been thinking that I want to get the road outside expanded to the same spot as we did the sidewalk. So I think what we'll do for right now is get that done, okay? Okay. Hang on, just broke a bit of road. Good job, Dan. This is the high-quality professionalism that people come to see. Oh, you know, before I get too into this, I should show you the bits I did downstairs. Like these copper lanterns, for example. And on the inside, I hung up these lanterns over the big table and above the bar. Scattered a few of these drink beer tankards around to make things look a little more lived in. Oh yeah, I hung these boar heads above the bar. Don't ask me where I got them, and I will tell you no lies. Other than that, I made a few bottles of wine and cider using the Vinery Mod's aging barrel and apple masher. But I'm not going to go too much into that, because at some point we'll be building a vineyard to supply the bar, and I don't want to be going over old ground. So for now at least, let's get back to expanding the road. Sorry, didn't quite get all that done before nightfall. Won't take a minute to finish up. And there we go. Lovely jubbly. Back on the second floor of the inn, I started figuring out what materials to use for the floors. So I experimented a little bit with this stripped dark oak and stripped oak pattern, but I think I want the floors to be a bit more finished. We're shooting for an old world aesthetic, not genuinely medieval. So with that in mind, I'm thinking we give each room a colour scheme with carpet to match. I should have some green wool left over. Yeah, so let's put some of that down and see what we think. I don't know. I should probably get some more in before I make any decisions. Let's go shear some sheeps. Hello you lot, I've come to defloof you. 1 defloofing session later, and I came away with just under a stack of wool. Then realised I'd used all the green dye I made last episode making sofas, and I'd need to go gather more ferns. So I made a bit of blue wool, raided storage for any flowers I could turn into dye, and had a bit of a bone mealing sesh. Then I made even more blue wool, and put it in at the inn. Boom! Blue floor. Not sure I like it. But we'll leave it for now and bone meal ourselves some ferns. Bum clouds! Yeah, turns out you can't infinite bone meal ferns. Guess we'll just do it the long way then. The long way being a wander through the woods harvesting them manually. When I got back from foraging for ferns, I decided the sheeps could do with a bigger area to roam in now that winter was over. There you go, sheeps. Nice big pen for you to wander about in. Ignore that mutton on the ground. I definitely didn't accidentally obliterate two of you while I was taking the fence down. Nope, didn't happen. Nothing to see here. Moving on. You know, since I've made this thing so big, I could probably split it in two and make a pen for the cows as well. Hang on a tick. And just like that, we got a cow pen. Same door design as the sheep one, and now the cows have more space to roam. Not gonna go crazy with it though, because I want to move this whole barn to a proper farm at some point, but that's a down the road thing. Sorry sheep, you're not supposed to be over here. Thank you for flying floaty airlines. Get it? You? Because you're a sheep? Yeah, you get it.
That gets worse than us.
Now in possession of a whole bunch of wool, I made some colour varieties and installed them in their respective room. There was just one problem. No, we're not having that. It's an inn, not a flipping daycare. Looks like I asked a toddler to pick the colour scheme. What colours would you like, Timmy?
Green, blue, and red, please, Mr. Dan.
What tool do you use on wall blocks? Oh, shears apparently. Makes sense. There, much better. Now let's pick something a little more suitable, shall we? I think some kind of wood floor would work better. Probably some spruce to go with the theme, and then we can add rugs later for a splash of colour. I ended up struggling to decide between brick bond spruce planks and double herringbone spruce planks, so I made half a stack of each to test in situ. Alright, let's have a look. Well, that's a crappy angle. There we go. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm leaning towards the herringbone. But what I do know is my jetpack needs refilling, so you talk amongst yourselves while I do that, and then I'll make a decision based solely on my own whims because this is a pre-recorded video and not a live stream. And the winner is... the double herringbone. Let's be honest, it was always going to be the herringbone. Sorry, Brick Bonded fans, that's just how it be sometimes. If you wanted Brick Bonded, then leave a comment saying Brick Bonded forever, and I'll smile about it later. In the meanwhile, let's go lay these floors. Gwendol, you can't stay there, you've got to move. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, that's way better. Right, let me get the rest in. Gwen, for crying out loud! Are you gonna move, or is this your life now? Okay, there we go. Next step is gonna be the walls, I suppose. Okay, so I got distracted by a zombie noise. If you listen, you can hear it. There it is. I've been hunting around down here trying to find it, and well, I found something. What the hell is that? It's a giant gecko tower, apparently. Hi. Are you friendly? You don't seem all that bothered about killing me, which I feel is a plus for both of us. How do you even get down here? I must have slipped down the Christmas tree hole before I filled it in. Listen, big guy, this is a service tunnel. You don't want to be down here. I'll tell you what, I'll dig you a path out and then we'll go from there, okay? Question is, how much space are you going to need to get out of here? How about that? That enough room? No, eh? I'm going to have to ride you out of here, aren't I? You good with that? Well, he doesn't seem to be dead set against it like our dragon friend was. After some coaxing, I managed to get a saddle on him. And not long after that, he was out of my service tunnels and into the great wide world. Alright, let's get a look at you. You're a big one, eh? Right, you stay here. I've still got a zombie to find. I did eventually track down the zombie. And possibly the last chicken in Podnik. Oh, hello. Well, that turned out to be a productive distraction. I've now got a big lizard thing and one whole chicken. Excellent. And that's the hole plugged up. Oh, look at the big sleepy guy. You know what? I'm going to call you Big. If it's good enough for Sega, it's good enough for me. Okay, so I've wasted long enough. Let's get this episode back on track and get the walls in. You know, I'm not sure that's going to be enough room. I mean, I could get a bed in here and a couple of cabinets, but there's nowhere near enough space for a bathroom. So... yeah, that's better. I can get a bathroom in down one end now. It means less rooms overall, but it makes more sense. We can get a couple of cupboards in over here. There still isn't a huge amount of space for a bathroom, but at least there'll be one. Obviously going to have to realign these windows. There. It's not much, but how much bathroom do you really need in an inn? Toilet, sink, shower, toiletries cupboard? Okay, so I know using a cover over a sink seems a bit odd, but I wanted the countertop to match, and that was the only way I could do it. Right, I'm going to get some more done, and I'll bring you back in when I've got something to show for it. Back for a quick update. You'll like this. If I pop some water in this cauldron... the bathrooms have working taps! Totally useless, but I love little details like that. Right, that's all. Back in a bit. Back again, and I've had to redo the stairs. The only way I could connect them to the upstairs and make it work spatially was to make them 3 wide instead of 4, which is fine. Anyway, next job is to get a banister in, safety first and all that, and I think I've got the perfect thing for it thanks to the Yushia mod. But first, let me show you how things are coming along upstairs. The walls are in. I've gone with smooth spruce planks for the ceiling. Ancient oak doors for the rooms. None of the interiors are in yet, but we're getting there. I'm quite liking these big panoramic windows. I don't know if they'll end up working, but we'll see. Anyway, banister. Okay, banister's in, looking all nice. But the upstairs landing is just hanging there, totally unsupported. And that's no good. So I better fix that. There, that looks a lot more secure. Yeah, happy with that. Right, you lot, as exciting as it must be for you to watch me muddling through all this, there's still a lot to do, and the episode is going to end up being super long. So I'm going to get what we need to get finished this time done, and then we'll have a walk around it all afterwards. Alrighty gang, we are ready for inspection. So please, allow me to show you around. I've been to Iris's and got a few plants, as you can see. Same story down here, just a liberal sprinkling of foliage to brighten the place up. Moving upstairs, I've... flipping auto jump. As I was saying, I've hung a couple of planters for decoration. I put this vending machine at the top of the stairs for those nighttime munchy emergencies. And there's also a cosy little nook out here for, I don't know, romantic trysts?
You don't get out much, do you?
No. Anyway, room number 1, the red room. Got a corner sofa in here. Couple of beds. Table, desk area. Everything you need. You've seen the bathrooms already, so I won't dawdle. Got these light fittings, courtesy of McCaw's Lights and Lamps. We'll come back to those in a little bit. Moving on to room 2, the white room. It's the only single room. Quite small, but I managed to squeeze in all the amenities. The bathroom's quite small as well, and sadly has the chimney running through it, but I couldn't do much about that. You still get a shower though. Hung a few paintings out here in the halls just so the walls weren't so bare. I might add custom ones at some point. Bit of storage down that end. Room number 3, the blue room. Same as the red room really, except this one and the one we'll look at in a second are 1 block shorter than the red room. So if you get assigned the red room, you get a smidge more space. And lastly, we have the green room. All the rooms have slightly different layouts, but the amenities are essentially the same. I kept the panoramic windows over on this side. If you crank up the render distance, you can see Mallory Castle from here. Oh yeah, I used copycat bites for these beams, helps to keep the rustic theme intact. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the second floor. Oh, almost forgot the coolest feature. He's only gone and installed working light switches throughout. So how does it work? Well, it's all thanks to these hidden redstone links. Let me put this panel back on and I'll show you the rest of the circuit up in the attic. At the other end we have a linked receiver and one of these powered toggle latches. They're basically a lever that waits in whatever state that it's in until it gets a signal and then it flips. So lights go on, and then lights go off. Well everybody, that's going to be it for this one. Hope you had fun and liked what we came up with for the second floor. I'll get a roof on this place before next time and finish off the detailing so I can show it to you then. For now though, if you did enjoy the show, then help us grow by subscribing and leaving us a cheeky like and a comment below. I've been Dan, this has been Voxel Tales, and until next time remember, be good. And if you can't be good, don't get caught. Bye guys.